see. That is not a lot of clearance. Have fun landing. Cheeseburger, we are landed at once. Nightbot's Mug, get out of Dodge. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, what? Tell me you saw that coming. I left it standing on its nose. What? Regidig. Good times, people. That right there is what good times looks like. That was awesome. 10 of 10, best takeoff. I love it. Poof. Death Star 30. That's no moon. Thank you for the follow, Death Star 30. Also, AR12 Gaming. Thank you for the follow. Did I miss anybody else? DMJ Rocks. I don't remember that one. A Foil Young Wolf. Thank you for the follows, guys. Look at this. We actually have a little bit of this now. I wonder if we could just put the wheels out there somewhere. Let's see what we got. Throttle up, pen lock, SAS engage. 3, 2, 1. Let's do the engineer thing right quick, right? Because we can totally make a new custom section. Oh, I already have an SSTO one in this save. There you go. We go edit, delete section. There's the SSTO section. Done. Deal. I really want this to be a HUD instead. Bing. And then I want it to go over here. Bing. And then I want to close this. Close editor. Outstanding. I love that new HUD thing you can do. So Das Valdez. Oh my gosh. What is everybody over there doing that for? Now let's round 2, fight. And we have a backwards facing light apparently. That's all good. Still unable to take off. Oh! Got it. Apparently we really got it. Roll. This is how we have to go to space in this plane. You have to, you know, it's a little complicated getting to space. Sometimes you've got to do it like this. You know. How has it lost all of its control authority all of a sudden? More drag in front or something? This is a very finicky plane. I know what I didn't do. What? Yes, go to space the other way, please. Alright, you're good. You're good. Did I have more Elevons last time? I only had these. I only had 2 last time. Do you think we could do a totally sweet flip? Oh, okay. Once you're pointed down, you don't want to aim up anymore, do you? You're lame. So we've got not a drug dealer. Not a drug dealer. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Armakark, also welcome. Welcome, welcome. This is how the runway gets busted, honestly. What's up, Jackal? How's it going? I'm here. Come on. So we apparently have too much lift in the front and not enough lift in the back. This is totally sweet Flippy McFlipperston, though. I wonder how long we could do flips for. We're not going anywhere with this plane, though. So annoying. Cinema tends to be quite unstable. You are correct. You added 4 points of drag to your craft. You're right, we did. Let's see here. That and that. So maybe instead of putting those there, we need to put them like back here. Won't they get blocked? Will they get blocked? I don't know if that's going to get blocked. But at least that way they're behind the center of mass, right? Should actually be up there, right? In 2x symmetry. Alright, maybe we try that. Now land it on top of the map. Oh, I know, but I want him, Rabata. I want him so bad. What if I just snuck him up here or something, you know? I require air at a downwards angle, please. We could give it a sweet mustache, honestly. That would work. I know I don't need them. It would just be really cool if we could use them. So I'm going to put them on. I'm going to put them on. You gotta get going. Time to play GTA 5. No worries. Thank you, fan of DOS132. I appreciate you. I wonder if those RTGs would do anything. We have too much lift in the front and not enough mass, so maybe what we need to do is re-add that in and like maybe take it out of here. Now our center of lift is behind the center of mass. Let's try this and see if it's more stable. Add more control surfaces to the back to bring the seal aft. You don't want the center of lift in front of the center of mass at all, DOS. It's because you removed the oxidizer. I just changed some things around. Yeah, very bad. I just moved them around. These are so smoky. I gotta aim for the ramp. Hang on. There's a ramp right there. See? Whoa! It's not the ramp. Hang on, I got this. I got this. Wait. I totally got this. Jeez. Alright. Add an ASAS module to the back just before the engine. No, we've got the, it flew better standing on its nose. Alright. I didn't want to click on that. Now I can't revert the flight because I accidentally clicked on the Space Center. Oh well, those dudes are done. Those dudes are done. Whatever. That was beautiful. That's a highlight. Absolutely. AR12 Gaming, what are you doing tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'm running what I call Kerbal Boot Camp. And I will, for someone who's never played the game, show you how to get to the moon. Starting with you've never launched a rocket. Actually, before that, starting with launching and installing mods. That's what I'm going to start with tomorrow at Kerbal Boot Camp. Nah, no SRBs. That is what I would recommend. Honestly. Now it can't take off, which is weird. You dub this craft Mr. Nosy. The wacky thing is, the first time I flew it, I took it off and I got it to orbit the first time. These things might be doing something, I guess. We didn't even have those. We didn't even have those. Built it to lift off. Ah, no thanks. SRBs that'll get it flying. I'm wondering if these control surfaces being tilted like that. This plane seems to love flying but hates taking off. DOS, what time will boot camp start? Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Convio, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Let's try to fly it again here. Let's try again. Exotic Rush. That's what happens every time I crash into that ramp, right? I really wish I had an action group to retract the rear wheels. That would be awesome if we had an action group to retract the rear wheels. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so... It would be really cool if we could somehow put the wheels right there. Right? Like, right on the end. Huh. You require additional lift. It's starting to, got it. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We have no clue what we're doing. It was totally the completely sweet jump that I did the first time I flew this thing and got it to orbit after the sweet jump. It does not want to take off at all. And I have a feeling it's because those control surfaces aren't giving a lot of control. Belle-Isle. It normally runs most of the day, but you're welcome to come and go, come for different parts, whatever you need. We start off with installing mods, then we talk about getting into our first orbit. We come back, we review a bunch of the things that we use to get into orbit, thrust away, delta V, what all those things mean. Then we come back, and we... Ooh, will it be posted? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, then once we get into orbit, we go back and we design a lander. We talk about how to get to the moon. We design a rocket that'll get that lander to the moon. And then we actually do a transfer. We go up, get into orbit, just like we learned. We take the lander, we transfer out to the moon, which I'll show you how to do it. And then we land on the moon. So that is kind of the order of operations that we do things in tomorrow. But you're welcome to come and go, of course. It's, of course, absolutely free. There's no tuition or anything like that, right? Kerbal Space Academy doesn't mean any of that stuff. But that is what's going on tomorrow. Hey DOS, been lurking for a little bit and love your stream so far. Looking forward to your boot camp tomorrow, but I work all day. Will it be posted as a recording later? Absolutely, Exotic Crush. On my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, I already have the past 2 boot camps. And you are welcome to check those out on YouTube right now. Absolutely. New DOS! This dude's name is New DOS! I just killed those guys and I got a guy named New DOS. He's right here, I think. Isn't he? Hang on. Right? Yeah, look, this dude here is New DOS. He's New DOS Kerman. How cool is that? Whoa, a little bit of slawing there. What's my time right now? 12:22 a.m. Midnight 30 about. Look at this thing go, y'all. After that sweet, sweet jump. Look at it accelerate. The 2 straight wings are overpowering the 1 wing that is lifting. What do you mean the 2 straight wings are overpowering the one that is lifting? I'm gonna have to read that. Watch my vertical speed right up here. I want to keep it around 0 because I'm accelerating like crazy right here. Come on. I mean, this craft has some serious acceleration. It really does look cool like that. I mean, it really does look cool. Build a cannon to launch it. We need to throw it like a paper airplane. I missed the time boot camp is running. Crossover. Boot camp will be running about 14 hours from now. 14 hours from right now. Minus the 23 minutes, right? But that is when boot camp is going to run. Sparky time, it sounds like. You have 1 set of wings with the fins. I don't know the correct term. These. And the other 2 sets have no control. They just direct air straight. These. I'm not sure exactly what you're telling me. I appreciate you for telling me it, but I don't know exactly what you're telling me. Look at that speed, y'all. And we still have too much oxidizer. Yeah, girl. What did Exterminator do? Are you making a Kerbal Trebuchet? I can't even see what's going on in that image. But it looks cool, it looks cool. We're still using this engine as well, which is really cool. Not the rudders. Not those. One of these two tricks? One of those two? There we go. That was the space planing. Totally space planing itself. And what I need to do is actually shut off those. Nope. Do that right there. Danish 27, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Is it able to thrust? Yeah, there we go. Look, that engine is just enough. What's the intake air usage? 300, yeah. That engine is just enough to keep our orbit from degrading. You'll see that? And now I can just use that engine to stay right at 800. 80,000, I mean 800. That doesn't even make any sense to us. That is what I wanted to be able to do right there. I mean, we've got enough air to do that, and we're just keeping our orbit from degrading. You see how we're able to use the thrust from that engine to counteract the drag? That's what they're doing. About under the wings, maybe. It's a crane. To get a Kerbal to the top of the rocket? Wait, who said they're out? Take it easy, Goalie Bear. Thanks for hanging out. About the wings. Thank you, Undead2112. They're talking about the wings. I really appreciate you. They're talking about the wings. Look at this. I can actually use the turbojet engine to raise my apoaps up to 85. Did you figure out how to use the... Yeah, T-Game. When intake air usage gets to 1,000, that's a problem. The engine usually shuts off when the air intake usage gets to 1,000. Alright, so if you can ramp this thing off the runway, you can totally make it take off. I really wonder if we should go with the, We could also pull the gear back some, too, right? The further we pull the gear back, the more inclination we get. He hit the ground and survived. Nice. He has 6 wings, 2 rudders, and 4 flaps. So what did you... which one were you referring to? I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 wings, I think. But, you know, these are one wing built from that, right? What? Wait, do we get transcoding? It's about freaking time. Excellent. Well, this will get rid of all the slackers, that's for sure. Alright, well, we're in orbit, y'all. We can totally circularize, and we could look at this. 770 meters per second. So those extra intakes saved us like 300 or 400 meters per second of delta V, and we are still carrying too much oxidizer. We're still carrying too much oxidizer, which is interesting. It didn't crash, Phantom X. It was oxidizer. Sounds close enough, but I found that it depends on how many engines it takes you have. Planes that could go up to 1400%. That's what Cybertech was telling us earlier, was that it was, how many literal wings are there? Yeah, Cybertech was saying at about 1,000 is where it cuts off, but you're right. The more intakes you have and that sort of stuff. What does transcoding even do? Sayakon, if you don't have good bandwidth, you don't have good internet bandwidth, or if you have really good internet bandwidth, you see right here, let me actually look at the stream so I can tell you. Okay. You see right here, wait, no, right here, down there, where it says it's a source, or it says high, medium, low, like right down here off the bottom of the window, you can actually change the source. And you can watch me in my source quality if you have enough bandwidth to do it. Because I'm broadcasting to Twitch in source quality, right? Full HD, everything across the board. In Twitch, normally downscales it before it sends it to you. Once we get encoding, it means that I'm popular enough tonight that they'll allow you to watch me in full, all of my muscly glory, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's what transcoding is. It's usually a big deal to get transcoding every day. That tank is still completely fuel. Do you know how easy this thing's going to go to orbit when that's just a cargo bay? I want to change this into a cargo bay. I really want to change that into a cargo bay right quick. Yeah, that always happens. When you get transcoding, you lose some people. That's okay. The people that were just hanging out got dropped, whatever. Source. It always says source down there. It shouldn't. Go to another stream and see if it always says, if it says source down there. Huh. But look how much fuel we have. 770 meters per second of delta V, and that's because we don't even have these fuel lines in. If we had those fuel lines connected out to here, I wonder if we would have more delta V. Let's see if turning this tank off changes our delta V appreciably. Yeah, look at that. The engines can't even get that right now. Look at that. This craft is going to have so much delta V. Yeah, only partners get source partner. Brethren's got it right there. That's how it works. All this talk of source is making you hungry. Boom! Look at those joins and parts coming in. It always says source because DOS is awesome. Surely you jest. Alright. This thing is going to fly like a dream. If we had fuel lines in there, we would have so much delta V in this stage. 12 intakes, all feeding one turbojet. We didn't even burn our rocket engines right now. Rain Soulforge, that's an awesome name. That's like a role-playing name, Rain. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We're working on this, we may be able to take it to the moon, Thader. Let's see. Let's see. That is like a role-playing game. Rain Soulforge sort of deal, you know? Hooray! Fly it and land it on Minmus. Do you know how hard that would be with that RCS on the bottom? Let's do this. Look, I want to put those guys separate. And then if we do this, we tuck some little fuel lines into here. Seems legit. 2,391 meters per second of delta V. That's not bad. That is honestly not bad. Hello, I'm Jared. Always watch Kappa. Why don't you have an RCS tank, Das? No, I don't. No, that was actually fuel. We took it out, remember? You should buy a treadmill and run while you're watching this. That's actually... You could use your brakes, but you'd have to have something to push you down to the surface. RCS or Verner's or something like that would work. We could always just put a veer governor right on the center of mass and call it a day. Let's fly it again. And I guess we're still having to make it jump off the runway. That's a problem. Maybe I should add a... I might do that, actually. That's actually pretty funny. I just came up with a cool idea. As goofy as your ship looks, it looks awesome. It really did turn out well. I mean, I think that it turned out pretty well. Alright, we gotta aim for the sweet jump. It's right here. It's right there. Woo! Did I lose something? I feel like I lost something. Whoa! I lost... No. Oh! Yeah, I'm short a wing. I'm short an entire wing segment. A little bit dangerous to take off. It's a little bit dangerous, not gonna lie. But we are losing an entire wing segment there. We've really got to fix this. We really do have to fix this. Gosh, how did you end up with so many wings? Undead. We were just trying to make it look awesome is all we were trying to do. I don't know what else to tell you beyond that. Oh, yeah. Alright. If this would work, this would be amazing. Oh. So close, though. Not quite. Not quite. Fins, fins, and more fins, also struts. What about down here? Oh my gosh, that's so close. That's so close. No way. Take a little oxidizer from the front. What about this idea, though? What about what I'm doing, Thader? Is this not cool? I really wish that this would work. I really wish that the Unity physics would allow this to happen. You know? I wish that was a... I wish. Gotta represent the what? The finned SRB camp. Oh my gosh. Fins, fins, and more fins. Clearance, clearance. I know, I'm just... Alright, hang on. Seems legit. The center of mass is too far forward. I mean, we need those landing gear to be way forward, you know? I would almost allow that. Look at that. Look at... That actually doesn't look too terrible. That looks terrible. It needs to come back a little bit. My mind is infiltrating Das's mind. Evil. Mine is an evil laugh. Curse you and your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Let's try this. I mean, Dino Man. Isn't this awesome, Dino Man, who just followed? Thank you. By the way, let's give this a try, honestly. Take a little bit of oxidizer out of the front. That was a little bit. Do you know how easy this thing is going to be to take off with the cargo bay? This is going to be ridiculously easy with Kerbals or a cargo bay. And I put all that stuff in there. Tack. Hey, Das, do you have the tack fuel bouncer? Syphilix, I'm trying to make the plane stock. I am trying to make the plane stock without relying on that stuff. So I do know that I could do that, but I don't want to do that. Is it streaming this? Is it streaming this right now? It is streaming this, isn't it? That game be crashed, yo. That game is definitely crashed. Apparently the beat has dropped here on Kerbal Space Academy. Close program. Hardcore industrial chiptunes. Lowercase, lowercase. When we when we crash things, we crash things in this game. We crash things in this game, y'all. Oh, yo dog, I heard you like crashing, so I crashed while you crashed so you could crash while you were crashing. Oh, good night, Irene. Alright. Let us test a thing here. I'm gonna test a thing. It's lame. It's totally lame. But this water is definitely still hot. Yes. Alright. Sorry. What? Apparently there's KSP. Spilled a little bit of water from my tea here. I don't know how that happened, but it definitely spilled a little water for my tea. Oh, I don't have the actual lid on. That's what's going on. There's your problem, DOS. Clean up an aisle KSA. Missed the keyboard, though. That's the important thing. I see what was happening. You know something? Vacuum containers are absolutely ridiculous. Vacuum containers are ridiculous how long they can keep things hot. Beaver, beaver. Oh man, no. Oh man, I should have got it, but you know, whatever. I always forget. The game like crashes and I totally forget to do things. Do you have rocket boosters on a jet plane? Not a drug dealer. No, I don't. Belly, thank you. Or a Belial. Belial 3. Thank you, Belial. We will catch you later. Crashed so hard it broke the world. I heard you like crashes. We got that one. You had no fins, no SRBs. That's why you crashed. Good times. Alright. Now I can make myself tea without getting up again. One of them broke. What streaming programs? My webcam is just an old cheesy webcam that I've had forever. I worked in IT for years and years, and so you don't work in IT without arranging a box of miscellaneous junk, right? And this is just a cheesy webcam from a box of miscellaneous junk. The streaming software I use is OBS, and it's free too. I didn't pay anything to start streaming. I did not pay anything to start streaming. I still haven't paid anything to stream. Apparently. So, I got that going for me, I guess. Alright, here's the game again. Class E. Hadron, it's still in orbit. It's not in this save, but it's in orbit on the boot camp save. Which reminds me I'll have to make a new boot camp save. Maybe throw a mainsail on it. Yes. Yes. Yeah, no worries, Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, dude, welcome to KSA, and you are always welcome to ask questions like that. My thing is I love to answer questions. And you are absolutely positively welcome at any time to ask me questions, and I will answer them for you. My green screen was from Walmart. It cost $4.88. You actually can't see it because there's so much light bouncing off of it. See if I can do that. Nah. Nope, you can't really see it. Sorry. Thank you, T-Game. It's just a piece of green material from Walmart that's like 6 yards or 3 yards or 2 yards or something like that. 2 yards or something like that. So, that is what that is. Broadhead cargo, I think we saved it as, right? Maybe we should do the autosave ship. They look like they're the same. It did not like that. It did not like those gear like that at all, whatsoever. Positively, absolutely. And I bet you what happened was it needs to be strutted. Because you get that a lot, right? But we could totally just strut it like this, I think. And just that strut. Oh man, that really makes it look dumb though, doesn't it? It's lame. Divergent game. Thank you for the follow, Divergent. I appreciate you. We require additional struts. How does your green screen work? It's part of OBS. $4.88. That's about. I spent about $5 to start streaming. Huh? Okay. Tried a green screen to broadcast. My green eyes disappeared, and I was accosted by a Holy Crusade. Never again. That's hilarious, Tricks. All right, so I was gonna make some tea here so I could drink. It is really amazing that this. I boiled this water. I don't even know how long ago. Way before I ordered the pizza, and it's still freaking steaming. It's so hot. That's really cool. Let's try this again. When I didn't really know how to set up really the lighting, I guess. I had to like put little lamps in certain areas. And at first I really couldn't figure out the chroma key. Alright, let's try this. Throttle up, panel lock, SAS engage. Let's see if it'll even go down the runway straight this time. Nope, as soon as you touch a control of any sort. Whoa! Takes a licking and keeps on ticking, y'all. You better roll through this fast. Good night, Irene. It does not like these. Really, dude, brethren, you're not even kidding. I can't get rid of another DOS or whatever this dude's name is. It doesn't like this. So we're gonna have to do some strutting on this. Right, like probably from here out to there would work. And if we had one more set of struts that went up somewhere else, that would work too, but let's see if that fixes anything. Really, we're just too far out at that point. We really need the gear to be kind of right in line with that. Huh. It may be my clipped gear. It may be the clipped gear. Use multiple rear wheels. Multiple rear wheels. I have multiple rear wheels. 2 or 3 each side. You're stable as heck. Most of my planes ends up like this. Good, brethren, because we're going to troubleshoot it. We're going to troubleshoot it. I'm going to launch it like this again, just with those struts there, and see if I can fix it. Green tea. Decaffeinated. Whatever that means. Gravity just made you its little play toy. Alright. I had the gear clip before and it worked out fine. New DOS. I don't know, yeah. Apparently they put new DOS in here as opposed to old DOS. Let's just get going really freaking fast before I touch any sort of control. Look at that! Bam! Look at that, y'all! Worked like a freaking charm! And all I did was add that little strut right there to keep those wheels. What was happening? There were too many part connections, right? There was the body, there was this part, there was the wing, and then there was this little thing, and there was the gear, and that was giving it just enough camber, right? Camber? Yeah, not tow, but camber. That was giving it just enough camber to veer us off the runway, and if I put that one little strut in there to strengthen that stuff up, and we are good to go. We were good to go. It's not steer friendly. What do you mean? I'm steer friendly. You're doing it, Peter. Struts OP. See? Struts OP. 2 or 3 each side. We don't need to, Cheeseburger. Look, we just had to do this. All that was happening was the weight and the number of connections was causing those gear to tilt just a little bit, right? The wings would tilt up a little bit and the gear would tilt out just a little bit, and that was killing us. All we had to do was put that one set of struts there and we were jacked up and good to go. Did you adjust any of the control surface to only focus on one type of movement? Question. Did you adjust any of the control surface to only focus on the pitch, yaw, roll, and such? No, I didn't. I did not do that. I mean, should I like just make this do yaw? I never usually worry about that. But then again, I don't make tons and tons of space planes, right? So maybe I should be worrying about that. I don't know. That Delta V, though, right? Look at the Delta V. The Delta V is ridiculous. It'll burn for an hour. I'm going to take it up to about 20 and try to level off. We'll see how that goes. See if I can burn myself. That's good, though. That was such a good idea to pick up that thermos. Plane to Ike. Hadron. No, those are the two, and then the center engine. I only have fuel lines going from the central core out to the side. That's what you're seeing there. So I think we just take this thing up right around to 25 and level off and freaking fly forever at 25. I don't want to be going down. Come on now. Wow. Cheeseburger, I do this. I have a part-time job and I am trying to do this for a living. No problems answering that for you, man. So now, should we go mode? No, because we got it to orbit. 45 degrees positive climb at 2,200 meters per second. Wait, what now? That was acceleration. Your acceleration was 25 meters per second squared at 20,000. Really? That's pretty darn fast. That is pretty darn fast. We're still accelerating pretty good. 17 right here at 25. Are you trying to tell me that I had more acceleration down low than I have up here? Was that what you were telling me? Poke Ledu, it's Friday night, man. Oh, if I let it accelerate to 2,200 and pitch to 45 degrees climb, would it fly apart or achieve orbit? I'm not sure. One way to find out, we could always try it. I mean, look at us still accelerating. It's ridiculous that we're still accelerating up here. We haven't even used our rocket engines yet. All we've used, the only thing we've used is our freaking, these guys. We've just been using air breathing mode right now. And look at us accelerate. That's nuts. I still want to put a cargo bay in this. This is how space planes are supposed to work. Friday night. Over here it's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. just now. Opening in Allagash, that actually sounds good. I'm trying to drink tea to save my voice for boot camp tomorrow. Look, I almost have a stable orbit in atmosphere. But I am climbing up out of it. I can't wait till spark mode goes. Oh, they just switched. We have a lot of Delta V, y'all. We do have a lot of Delta V. Let's turn off those. Nope. turn off those engines, see if I can't throttle this guy back up. Heck yeah! That's cool. Now, I wasn't losing control. Remember, the middle one flames out first. The middle one flames out first, and what happened was these things went closed cycle on me, and I didn't mean for them to. They went closed cycle, and the jet engine didn't die. But look, I'm still increasing my apoaps right now just using the jet engine way up here. Y'all see that? Just trying to keep it lit, you see? Trying to keep that under 1,000. Right up there. And we're still accelerating. Steve-O 99. We are working on a space plane. We're actually having good times with this space plane. Look at that. We're still increasing our apoaps just using the jet engine. Me thinks that all of those intakes are awesome. So much power, you deserve it, Dr. Pepper. I mean, look, we're gonna like circularize at 100. Which is nuts. And we still have 2195 meters per second of delta V. Which is also nuts. We could totally take this to the moon. Darko Men, you want us to take it to the moon? Tell us if you want us to take it to the moon. Ah, what is delta V? It is the amount you can change your situation in space. Right now, my situation is not quite in orbit around Kerbal, and I would like to change that. I would like to be completely in orbit around Kerbal. So in order to do that, I need delta V to change my situation. It actually turns for change in velocity, but I really like to think of it as change in situation, because it can not only accelerate yourself forward or backwards, it can also deflect your path. You can burn delta V to the side. If you have momentum going one direction, you can expend delta V to the side and curve your path. That is what delta V is. Drink. But so much larger in scale. Isn't it awesome? It really is awesome. You're going to go now. Uncle Pokey. I don't recognize your name, Uncle Pokey, but welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Thanks for the great evening and night. See you at boot camp. At hoot camp. Hoot and hollering. Thank you, Uncle Pokey. I appreciate it. Hope to see you tomorrow. It's so cool when people are like, see you tomorrow and stuff. It really is cool. Is this going to change anything, I wonder? Can I put it in a different stage and will that fix anything? We have 2,200 meters per second of delta V. Velocity changes in all directions. What do you mean about that? It's not working anymore, but we just had 4 of those intakes plus 4 of those intakes, and the jet was working like a freaking charm, honestly. That's why we only had 1 on there, so that we could do that specifically. That is exactly why we did that. Wow. That is really cool, honestly. And we thought it was going to crash. I am trying to drink my tea to save my voice for tomorrow, y'all, so I appreciate you. That's pretty good. Nice and stable. As long as it has air, yeah. And we have so much intake-itude on the front, this X-wing sort of intake, it was really working out well for us. Now the question is, can we land it, right? That didn't look to be a problem to put the gear down through there. We're just going to imagine that that's legit, right? It's not moving those pieces or anything, so that's cool. We could totally take this thing out to the moon. Situation change. No, it's a situation change, Syphilis. The way that I explain it to new people, right, without using technical terms or trying to sound all smart, I say that it is the ability to change your situation. So my situation right now is that I am up above Kerbal, but I'm not actually in an orbit. I'm going to re-enter and land, right? And I want to change that situation. In order to change that situation when I'm in space, I'm going to have to expend delta V right there at the apoapse. So here we go. Let's expend a little bit of delta V, and let's improve our situation. Now, we're at 106 by 101. That is going to cost me 91.2 meters per second to change my situation from not orbiting Kerbin to orbiting Kerbin, right? Now, if I'm orbiting Kerbin, and I want my situation to be orbiting the moon, it's going to cost me some amount of delta V to change my situation from orbiting Kerbin to orbiting the moon. So I don't mean situation like my heading or my pitch or anything like that. I mean the condition where I'm at right now, basically. Changing my situation in space. So I will burn 91 meters per second of delta V up here, and I'll go into orbit around Kerbin. And then I'll burn 800 meters per second of delta V, and we'll go out to the moon. And then I'll burn 260 meters per second of delta V, and we'll orbit the moon. And then we could use some amount of delta V, and we could land, you know, whatever. That's how I like to that's how I like to say that. That's why I say situation in space. Yeah, that's right. Not necessarily though. Not necessarily, because you could deflect yourself to the side. If you burn radial in and radial out, pure radial in and radial out, you're only deflecting your orbit. You're not changing your velocity. So that's why I say situation, right? The path that I'm on, or whatever. The dream, right? Roadstar, 91 meters per second. You're right. Atomic Kitty, we are about to circularize. We're about to circularize. I mean, anybody can just say that it's change in velocity, right? But really, I try to make it so that people can understand what it means. If you just say it's how much you can change your velocity, velocity is not a constant because you're in orbit, right? As you come down, if you're in a higher up at the apoapse and you come down, your velocity will actually increase automatically without you doing anything, because that's how orbits work. And your velocity will actually decrease when you're going back up to apoapse, right? And when you're going back up to apoapse. Seriously? Wow. That anonymous donation. I don't know what to say about that. That is absolutely amazing. The anonymous donation there. I don't know what to say. It's an anonymous donation. And it's for $100. Give Anonymous some hype, y'all. I have to be nice to everyone just to make sure. My situation has just changed. My situation has definitely just changed. It has changed from wanting to eat a TV dinner to having some money to pay for my cell phone bill and stuff. That is nuts. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, you guys need to give Anonymous some hype. You absolutely need to give Anonymous some hype, because that is freaking awesome. Anonymous, I don't know if you can hear me right now. I don't know if you just, you know, tossed something or whatever, but thank you so much for that. That really does mean a lot to me. 24-hour stream to celebrate. We already said it has to be $1,000 for that. That is nuts. I don't know what to say. I mean, Delta Cash. Deadbringer, that's awesome. Delta Cash. We just increased our Delta Cash by by $100. Anonymous, I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you for that. I think you can hear me. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate the support of all sorts of different types of support. I just missed my burn. What can you do? Who cares if you miss a burn after that, right? I think we could buy a new burn if we needed to. But thank you so much. That really does mean a lot to me. This is going to apparently be named the Anonymous Craft, I guess. I don't know if we land on the moon. I don't know if I can land it on the moon without enough RCS or something. But I missed the burn. I know. Who cares, right? Who cares that I missed the burn? Messed up the decimal point. Thank you. I mean, thank you again. I mean, time out. Whenever I do that stuff, I'm supposed to do this. Hang on. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. That really does mean a lot to me. And it makes me feel like I'm not just playing a game, like I'm actually helping people out and stuff. And it's good to have support like that. So thank you so much for that. Don't know what else to say. So, in your honor, I'm going to continue flying this craft here. That's what I'm going to do. Jeez, oh Pete. Jeez, oh Pete, y'all. That is just really cool. That is just really cool. Anyways. The full screen was a little creepy. Plant a flag on the moon. This thing would be pretty difficult to land. I bet you I could do it. I would have to flip over onto my wheels. Or land up a hill. Land up a hill, maybe. Oh my gosh. We still have too much oxidizer. We're doing so much of the circularization without the oxidizer. We just... Gosh. Anonymous, thank you. Hey! It's time to burn to the moon right now! Let's go get a moon in orbit. Look, see the moon right there? If you see the moon rising, it's time to burn. Let's go over here. Let's not even make a node. And do I have the right engines on? Yes. Let's go to the moon. Why don't we do that? Jujob, what's up? It's time to go to the moon. The moon is rising. Look, set his target. Watch this. The moon is rising, and we are going to get an encounter. You don't even need a node for it. You don't even need a node for it. Watch. Yeah. Burn now. Moon is on the horizon. I got you, Phantom X. We're thinking the same thing. We are definitely thinking the same thing. I looked up there. I saw the moon was rising, and it's just... Guys, if you see the moon rising and you're in orbit, burn. I wasn't staring at your boxers, good sir. Civilix, thank you for hanging out. It's good to have you here. Absolutely good to have you. Bing! Look at that moon encounter, though. 150. We could totally put this plane in orbit around the moon. I don't quite have... That is a really wacky looking moon orbit. Look at that. I see a dust moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. Look at that. I wonder what it's going to do if I give it just a little bit more prograde. Is that higher or lower? It's actually lower. Look at that. 40, 30, 20. Wow, that's a super low moon periapse. Look at that, is the weirdest orbit I've ever seen. It's like what? Ring! Just remember that, folks. If you're trying to get to the moon, you can totally get to the moon. Just burn when it rises. Have about 850 meters per second of delta V and burn when the moon rises. We could honestly take this space plane to Duna. But remember, this one is just fuel. It's basically all fuel, and we're going to make a cargo mode and a Kerbal mode, maybe. But we've got that sweet, sweet moon encounter, and I will actually let this happen. Just let it happen. Anonymous is awesome. There we go. Alright, good deal. Okay, cool. No singing, save your voice. Not believing that encounter. It's going to turn you 90 degrees. Don't believe it. Roadstar, we're going to come to a complete stop. We're going to have, look, it is. Let me explain to you why that's going to happen. Let's focus, well, I can't focus on the moon. What's going to happen is when we get right there, the moon is going to be over here, and it's basically going to completely kill our orbital velocity. We're going to have just about 0 orbital velocity. And when that happens, we're going to start orbiting the moon, but it's going to keep going by us, and we're going to be falling towards it so slowly that it is going to pass out from under us before we fall towards it fast enough. That's exactly what's going to happen there. This is totally legitimate orbital mechanic. It's going all the way up here, except for the in-body thing, right? But in terms of a simple system, this is completely legitimate. We'll get here, we'll be going like that, and when we get there, the moon will continue passing. We'll just be going so slow. We're going to go so slow when we enter that encounter there. The moon is basically going to pull us. Look at that moon periapse, 200 meters. That's probably not a good thing. But yeah, I'll totally buy that all day long. That moon, the passage of the moon underneath us is basically going to kill all of our orbital velocity and then pull us in a different direction while we've come to a complete stop. That's a really weird orbit to get. Vertical speed 1,000 meters per second. Look at Minmus out there. That Minmus encounter? Look, it's going to actually toss us out past Minmus. I wonder if we could change our inclination and get a Minmus encounter out of this. We've got so much Delta V, let's look at it right quick. Hang on. I should have done it a while. Do a barrel roll! Why did I do a barrel roll? I don't understand you. I'm just going to play with a little bit of Delta V here. Ah, that's bringing us down because the descending node is right there. Ah, so we have to go in the opposite direction. Thank you for that, Tolton. I appreciate that. I don't feel like I should be equated to Scott Manley, but Scott Manley is awesome. I used to fall asleep. I say it all the time in my stream. I used to fall asleep watching KSP videos, and most of them were Scott Manley just because I thought the game was so cool. So cool. How did DOS know that it would take 800 meters per second of Delta V to intercept the moon from LKO? Done it. I've done it a couple times. I've totally done it a couple times, as it turns out. Let me see. I don't know if this is going to be possible. I don't even think that we'd be able to loiter at Minimus for long enough. Yeah, when we're right there, it's going to be over there. This just the timing's not right for this at all. The timing's not right for that at all. There's nothing we can do about that. Alright, let's go look at the moon and make sure I'm not crashing into it. Look at that! You like wacky orbits is going to turn us more than 90 degrees now. Well, we need to fix it. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Hey, DOS, if you can go to Duna, take it to Ike. Let's find out. Bangs Root Beer. Let's find out. Not this one, but maybe there's another one we can do that with. Let's have a look. Let me fix this. I just wanted to burn and see if I could actually do that. This is a little wacky. I'm actually going to focus on the moon. There we go. Because I don't want to be coming in like that. I want to come in equatorial / flat. Well, that's not good. We can fix that when we get to the moon, though. We can fix that. We'll hit the moon right now, but we're not going to get to the moon and hit it. So let's just go ahead and get on out there. This craft had what? It had over, like, 2,200 or something? Danny's the guy that breaks the game all the time. It had about 2,200, I think. 2,190 or something. Let's find out. Who was it that asked the question? Bangs Root Beer. Let's find out if this craft couldn't make it to Duna. We can actually use the Interplanetary Transfer Window Planner right here. This is a mod you can download and install. And say we wanted to go from Kerbal at 100 kilometer orbit out to Duna at 100 kilometer orbit. We'll arrow break it so we don't have to worry about that. Complete Tech TV. Thank you for that, Complete Tech TV. That sounds like a really cool name. Do you stream? What do you stream if you stream? Anytime I see TV in somebody's name, I really think that they stream. So I like to watch people. I do like to watch people. Also, who was the other follow that I just missed? Crystalia, maybe? I don't know. Thank you both for the follows. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go from Kerbal at 100 kilometer orbiter out to Duna at 100 kilometer orbiter. Let's click plot it and see how much that's going to cost us. Total Delta V to transfer ejection 1037. We could go to Duna all day long with this plane. We could absolutely take it to Duna. In insertion Delta V 642, we would arrow break it. And then we could go to Ike with this plane. We could absolutely go to Ike with this plane. I really think that we need to add more stuff to it, though. Whoa, are we in the moon sphere of influence yet? No, not yet. Okay. We would need to add some stuff. Totally not creepy. Crossover Senpai. All right, let me delete this. Siminotron! Thanks for joining Kerbal Space Academy. I appreciate you. Oh, what's the chart I was looking at? It's a pork chop plot. It's a shopping map. It's basically a Delta V shopping map that gives you 2 variables. 3, actually. The day of departure, the time of travel, and the delta V expenditure. And you can see as I go around, as I point at the blue areas, I can click anywhere really, and I can point at the blue areas and it'll say, hey, if I want to, let's say, leave today and travel for 302 days, that ejection delta V is going to cost me 2260. Ejection delta V if I want to leave today. If I want to leave today and travel for only this many days, ejection delta V is going to be 4753 if I want to leave today. If I wait till this nice opportune blue spot, I know I'm going to fix it, Phantom Dragon. If I wait till then, my ejection delta V is only 1036, but that is leaving in 200 and go away. That's leaving in doesn't tell me how many days from now. Year 1, day 235, and traveling for 259 days. So if you want to get there really fast in 150 days, you can spend that much delta V. If you don't mind how long you take, you can spend that much delta V. It's basically just, don't click on the red, right? Because that's 10,000, 11,000 delta V for the ejection. It's basically a shopping map, and you can shop around for your date of departure and how much delta V your budget is. That is what it is. Transfer Window Planner is the mod. Link it down in the stream. If you scroll down just a little bit, it's right down there. This isn't looking good, and I should probably fix it. If you're approaching a planet like this, right, you can see what's happening. We're in the moon sphere of influence. We're approaching it like this, but we're intersecting it. That's definitely us crashing into the wall of that crater right there. Not necessarily because the moon will rotate on the way down. We are going to want to burn radial out. If you don't know what radial out is, that basically means we're going to burn in this direction, like right there, right? Not along the orbit, but at a 90-degree angle out of the orbit. And whenever you burn a 90-degree angle out of the orbit like that, guess what's going to happen? It's going to bend your trajectory just a little bit. It's so cheap. It's so cheap to do that. Now you have to behave, DOS. KSPTV is hosting me. Wait, what? KSPTV is hosting me? When did that happen? Did I not see that? Or it's landing up a hill. Gaffer, what was your question? What planet or moon is the furthest away from Kerbal? Elu. Elu most of the time. Anyways, that's radial in. The blue circle with the inwards facing lines, that's radial in. You have to be in orbit mode to see it. If you're in surface or target, you won't see it. But if you're in orbit mode, it'll show up right there. I said I want to burn radial out, right? I want to burn out of the circle just a little bit. You just did it like 2 minutes ago. Thank you, Yargnet. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. That right there is that. And watch, that's radial out. And when I burn just a little bit of radial out, this is the most efficient way. Look at this. 1, 2, 4, 5. Let's not hit the moon, DOS. Right there's a 6,000, 1, 2, 4, 3. For 2 meters a second of delta V, I changed my situation. I changed my situation from dying in a fire on the moon to slingshotting past the moon. That is what I did. That is exactly how that works. I really wonder, I mean, if we got all the way out here, is there anything we could do to get a min-miss encounter? That's already the target. Yargnet, thank you again. There we are. There's min-miss. That's 100 meters per second of delta V. Not really much we can do there. We don't really want to burn Raelian. This is not a time you would want to burn Raelian. We would actually have to go into a higher orbit and wait. Like maybe we could hit it on the backside there. Ooh, that was so close. So there you go. That's not a bad min-miss encounter over there. We could in fact use this gravity slingshot plus another 125 meters per second of delta V to get to min-miss. Oh, lost it. You just got to kind of play with it. Oh, there you go to min-miss. Bam! Isn't that cool? The inclination is way off. Not anymore. We could fix it when we get to min-miss. Because right there, for another 126 meters a second to delta V, we could slingshot past the moon just like this, and we could get this right here. I don't really think that's too funny, Fanados. I mean, I appreciate your name, you know, like giving me props and stuff, but I don't really think that that's too funny for my family-friendly channel. So this is actually going to come up in 65 days, 5 hours, and 12 minutes. That's a long time. Can you do a 360 chair spin and yell shenanigans in full screen mode? What? Do a 360-degree chair spin and yell shenanigans in full screen mode. That's weird. I thought I clicked on you. Come on. Wow, that's interesting that I can't actually do that anymore. Aha! There's a little bit of a min-miss slingshot. We would want to go the other way, though. Oops, no, we almost had it right. Wait, where'd you pull 2600 Delta V so fast? What do you mean? Where did I pull 2600 Delta V so fast? I don't understand what you're telling me there. I call shenanigans 360 no mech gem. I would do a 360 and yell no mech jab, that's for sure. 360 no mech jab, that's hilarious. Anyways, what do y'all want me to do? Go in orbit around the moon? It's not a free return trajectory. We would really just have to go in orbit around the moon. I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna try to land it. I don't think I'm gonna try to land it. I should have enough to get into orbit and then to turn back around and go home. So let's see here. Oh, seriously? That is so annoying. I mean, I would like to put a node there, please. Please, sir, can I put a node there? Das is so against MegJeb, it makes my Dr. Pepper cans weep. The humidity around here makes my Dr. Pepper cans weep. Look at that. We can actually orbit the moon for $1, $2. Oh, we can intersect the moon for $2.50. So should we go for an orbit around the moon? That's going to cost us $348. We'll have 900 left. That's more than enough to get home. Meh. I don't know. Land it. I want to see Earth, Moon, Minmus. I could definitely land it. Roadstar, what we would do, the landing gear have about 50 meters per second, 50 meters per second of impact resistance and shock absorbers to boot, right? So what we would do, we would land on the tail, we would get really close to the bottom on the tail with the gear out, and then at the last second I would pitch over and land on the gear. That's what I would do. To take off, I would probably just take off. I would probably just take off. Retract the gear all of a sudden, try to aim up here. I don't see enough min-miss. What? Hadron, I don't see enough min-miss love? Seriously? I do my freaking landing training on min-miss. I talk about how awesome min-miss is for doing landing drills and learning to land. I took the freaking drilling rig to min-miss. Last night, I crashed a Dr. Pepper can into min-miss at 5 kilometers per second. Don't tell me I don't love min-miss. I sent it Dr. Pepper. Anonymous would want you to land. Right, Roadstar. Not an S dress love. No! Yargnit! I've taken the Orbital Hilton. No, it was the Hotel Jebifornia and landed 25 Kerbals on dress. We've totally done that as well. We've totally done that as well. Missed the Dr. Pepper can. Yeah, we did do that yesterday. You only go to the moon. The moon is the first target. Not enough Ike love. Minmish, minmish. Remember, what I want to be doing is working on the Spaceplane, not just doing interplanetary transfers. So let's, blah, 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 blah. You know what would be interesting? We're not exactly, let's see here. I'm just playing around here. What if I went the other way around the moon? Zwingo! Come on. I would like, come on. That's so annoying that you can't do that. It's like no, I don't want you to jump. I just want you to let me continue pulling the orbit that way, but I know why you don't understand it. I know that you don't understand it. I just wish you did. There, we could always just do that and then continue pulling it like that, right? Then we could do this. Shenanigans indeed. Shenanigans Central. Alright. Then we could play with this. Let's get rid of that node. Like that. That right there would get us home to Kerbin for 250. Das never lands on Joule. Such hate. I'm so terrible, aren't I? I really am so terrible. But do you see what I just set up there? Do you see how my Mooner Pass would eject me retrograde to the moon? If you were here last night, I was talking about leaving the moon, right? Night before last, actually. Leaving the moon and ejecting myself retrograde. When I eject myself retrograde, that is actually going to take just enough delta V away from me to intersect Kerbin again. Just enough. In fact, we could actually turn that into a... Where's that node at? There's that node at. Give me periaps. I'm watching right above my head there. There's a periaps. We could turn that into an arrow break right there. You see? We could totally just spin 251 right like that and then fly back to Kerbal, no problem. Can you do geosynchronous orbits? Sure you can. Sure you can. You just have to be at a certain height at a certain speed, and you will be geosynchronous. I key off money. Ike faux money. Ike faux money. The only time I land on the sun is at night. Some tuna sounds good. Revert and put a cargo bay on it. Dust never lands on Jewel. Elu, Dust, go to Elu. We did that. We took a Dr. Pepper can to Elu. A single Dr. Pepper can has 5,500 meters per second of Delta V with one of the little OP engines on it. And we took a single Dr. Pepper can to Tuna. If you want to see that, look for my 6-pack asparagus highlight. We've totally done that. Can you sit in Lagrangian points? Not necessarily. It doesn't really simulate Lagrangian points. Yargnet would know better than me. But you do not, it does not do Lagrangian points truly. Should I try to go land it? I do want to try to go land it, and I want to try to land it empty, right? I want to try to land it empty. So what I'm going to do is circularize them around the moon. We'll just go for a quick little mooner tromp here. Then we're going to decircularize around the moon. Do the flip. Bringo. 10 by 4. Cheaty McCheaterson. Don't ever do this. Alright, Apoap's 8 by 6. That's good enough. Let's burn this node. Alarm clock. Add maneuver. There you go. 10-second burn. Chair spin for the pepper. Das, do it for the pepper. Why do you need me to spin around? No Lagrange points. Thank you, Yargnet. Thank you. I didn't know if it like half simulated them or kind of faked it or something. But I was pretty sure it didn't do it. So thank you for chiming in and hanging out and all that sort of stuff. Do you even mimis? Mimis? That's not even how you say it, is it? Mimis. Cheers, Bangers Root Beer. Thank you for hanging out. Am I going to do some long dark tonight? Probably not, Hadron. Probably not. I will probably do some Sunday. To convince them to fake them. So that there was like a zone of very low gravity or something when you're in a certain area or something like that. I did drink. Thank you. Where's that moon even at? Should be close. Whoa, it's pretty close. Hey, look at that arch. Hello, arch. Look. Check it out. Print that screen, though. We went right by the Mooner Arch. Who knew that that's where my periaps was? I didn't plan that for sure. I should fly through it. I'm not going to fly through it, though. I won't have enough Delta V to get back home with this big plane. Some Mooner Arch there. You do long dark. I rodent know that. Fly through it. Beat you to it, Yargnet. I will probably do some long dark on Sunday. Tomorrow I'm planning on doing Minecraft Ultra Hardcore with Shimmy and the gang. Mañana. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll be doing that after boot camp tomorrow. That's going to be kind of the spool down after boot camp. Look at that altitude. We're 1,000 meters off the terrain right here. And on this side of the planet, you can see the moon. This side of the craft, actually. You can see the moon passing us. Look at our shadow down there. Y'all see that? I'm going to crash into a mountain while I'm in IVA mode. Anyways, just wanted to give y'all something to look at. I guess I should do the circularization burn, huh? That's weird. That was definitely weird. Das would be the only person who wouldn't notice a moon creeping up on him. Too busy drinking. Can't. Too busy docking. Why are we so wonky with our control right now? Periapsis. Negative. Well, that's not good. Okay, at least I'm going up. We'll definitely have to raise it up over here at the periaps. Or I could burn straight down right now. Who here thinks that I should point straight at the planet right now and burn? Moon. Who here thinks I should point straight at the moon and burn? I could. It's not the most efficient maneuver in the world, but look. If the next thing up is my apoapse, and it's too high, it's 17. I don't want it to be 17. You will crash. I have warned you. I've already crashed once in ice. In fact, I crashed quite a few times. The game only once. But look, if the next thing coming up is your apoapse, and it is higher than you want, and your periapse is lower than you want, that's clearly lower than we want, here's what you can do. You can actually burn radial in just like that. Watch what happens to these two numbers here. I am trading apoapse for periapse. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Now I've got 9 by 8. What did that cost me? That cost me almost nothing to fix that orbit. You don't always have to wait up there and then do all this wacky stuff. It's just simple mechanics you gotta learn. All I did was bend that. It was a circle, and I pivoted that circle on one point, right? That point that I burned was where I pivoted, and I just pivoted the circle a little bit by burning radial in or out. That's what we did. Yes, crash. Do it now. Do it. So anyways, what is Allagash? It's a beer. It's a beer. Allagash White? I used to drink Allagash White back in the day. Alright. Look at that moon mission. I don't know why I'm going so slow. I also don't know why I'm looking at the graph that way. It's no dorsal battery. Oh no. Alright. This is good. Let's plan our ejection. So we're right there right now. We're coming around to this apoapse. What do I need to do? If you want to go home and you're in orbit around the moon, that's Sterdo. If you're in orbit around the moon and you want to go home, here's what I want you to do. Find straight home like this. Find the moon's orbit to the right like this. Pick a point that's about 45 degrees between them, right like that, and put a node. Add maneuver. Do you see that? Do you see how this is prograde to the moon and that right there is Kerbin, straight down to Kerbin? I put that node about 45 degrees between moon's prograde orbit and Kerbin. That's basically radial in, right? Straight down radial in. What you do when you put the node there is you just pull it like this until you get something that looks like that. And remember, you want to eject yourself retrograde just like that, and look what that's going to do. That's definitely going to take you home. In fact, that's way too much velocity. We could eject for a lot less. There's a periapse of 67. That's not too shabby. And I could make it even more efficient. Do you see how I'm wasting a little bit here? This was just kind of a guesstimate, right? You see how I'm wasting some? I want to be parallel to that the moon's orbit. I don't want to be crossing the moon's orbit. That's wasted. That means that I'm pushing myself up away from Kerbin instead of decreasing my energy, missing Kerbin, right? I want to miss Kerbin less because I want to go home. Direct descent to KSC. I wouldn't be able to plot that very well. Direct descent to KSC. Where is it even at? I have no way to guesstimate how long that's going to take. I could look at the time that I would be escaping the moon, and I could calculate where Kerbin is right now, knowing that a rotation is 6 hours, and try to figure out about where KSC would be. That sounds like a lot of work. That sounds like a lot of work. This view of the moon gives you the shivers? What, like this? We've got plenty of orbit. There's plenty of orbit there. We're not even low to the moon. That's a high moon orbit. To make this more efficient, we could actually pull this node back a little bit. Right like that. And then we would have that periapse of 60. That's a little bit more efficient. We got a little bit more periapse out of it. The more we can eject ourselves retrograde. That's 128. We just about had it there. That's 85. I wonder if I can get it under about 40 or something. 51. I know I can't drag that node. I really wish there was something to drag the node with. I could use precise node, I guess. 39. That looks good. That right there should arrow break us quite a bit. That should arrow break us quite a bit. Whatever, guy. You're the guy. Get your P on Kerbin just about to the ground, and then check time to PE. I don't even know what y'all are arguing about. SM, keep it simple, please. Just keep it simple on my channel. We're just kind of hanging out and talking about stuff. Let me just burn it like this. I just want to go home and see if I can land at the KSC. Then I want to put a cargo bed in this thing. I'm really supposed to be done with the stream by now because I need to be saving my voice for tomorrow. Boot camp in 12 hours and 30 minutes right now. And I need to get 8 hours of sleep. Drink, Das, drink. So let me burn this right quick. That's interesting. So it's going to be a 9-second burn coming up in 21 minutes. Let's just do this. Alarm clock, add not a minute, just do 10 seconds. Did you know you could do this? You change the time of the alarm. This is the amount in front of the node it's going to warn you. And now we can time warp as fast as we can, which isn't very fast at this altitude. Boot camp hype. How about this, Juju? If I win the UHC, then I'll spin the chair. And you're going to have to watch the entire time. You have scared pilots. They can get over it. They look fine now. That one dude's kind of doing the Kerbal jig, you know? Look, he's clapping his hands. They never talk to each other. Do you think they're telepathic? They may be. I don't know. That problem with warping slow. Saikon, get some sleep. Time for breakfast. See you at boot camp in about 12 hours. 12 hours and 30 minutes. Boot camp agenda. We start off with installing mods. We then get our first orbit. We come on back down from orbit and we describe thrust weight, delta V, and rocket building characteristics, right? All the things you need to know to build a rocket and a lifter and that sort of stuff. Then we build a lander. We put that lander on top of a rocket, and using what we learned about thrust weight and delta V, we look at the subway map, we figure out how much delta V we need to get to the moon, then we build a rocket to get us to the moon. We go out to the moon, we go into orbit around the moon, and we land on the moon. That's the agenda for boot camp tomorrow. If we have time, we will do a couple other things too. We may dock, right? We could totally do some docking, or we could put a space station in orbit. And I'll probably leave that up to like user choice sort of deal at the end. But we're going to go from basically 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be available for 8 hours for boot camp, because boot camp is always a big success. And we're going to have some giveaways as well. I was able to work out some stuff, and the people at Squad are absolutely awesome. So at boot camp, we'll be hooking up some people who might not have Kerbal Space Program yet. So if you like the game and you don't have it, come to boot camp, participate in the giveaways. You may have it at the end of boot camp tomorrow. That is what, and I've never done giveaways before, so I have no clue what I'm doing. But we'll get it done. Oh yeah, I forgot to burn. I guess that's okay. We'll be fine. The hilarious thing is we keep burning off our engine, our wing pieces back there. We'll see what that looks like back at Kerbin. I'm actually just going to ditch that. 34. A Tyler return mission boot camp. That's more like Special Forces training, Yarg. That is more like Special Forces training as opposed to boot camp. I guess Eve could also be. Maybe we could do that one weekend. We could do like a Kerbal Special Forces. And we could do Tylo or Eve return missions. People ask about that all the time, and I did say that I would do some of those streams so that we could get it done. Hey, wait, that was a really cool question. Hang on. Das, I want to make a guidance system for a model rocket. Is the size you use with the kids big enough to handle include electronics? Also, would the rocket motor wreck anything near it, or does it just burn down and not up into the rocket? Foxhound Ghost, that's a really good question. There's a couple different engines you can get. We're talking about like ST's solid fuel model rocket engines, right? And some of the engines actually have ejection charges to pop the chute. Some of the engines don't, right? So you could actually get an engine that doesn't ever burn into the rocket, but by default, normally, the engine would burn out, and then it would blow in the opposite direction, which is what pops the chute out the top of the rocket tube, right? So you would have to come up with some solution that allowed you to recover the thing with your electronics without burning up the tube. So you'd have to mount your electronics on the outside or something. Or potentially go for like a counter-rotation recovery on the model rocket. You could totally do a propeller, right? Let it spin and use the rotation of the rocket to slow the descent by spinning up that propeller that's attached to it. That way you wouldn't have to blow the ejection charge out the tube of the rocket. You'd have room for your electronics. The size that I use with the kids are A engines, right? Like A83 engines. And that is not going to be very big. Geez, with some of the electronics we have these days, you may still be able to fit something in there. I don't know what sort of form factor you're looking for, but you can go all the way up to like D-size engines, which is not as big as this Coke can, right? But a little bit less than the Coke can. But the A's are only... I don't have any on me. I have an entire pocket full of them down in my lab coat, but... yeah, I think one of the bigger rockets might work well. The other thing, and I don't know how you could fix this, maybe... I wonder if you could protect your electronics in the front half of the rocket and actually have the rocket pop in half with a shock cord in between, right? That might be a good idea. You have an electronic segment section up at the top. You'll have to deal with the balance issues of putting stuff up there. But an electronic section up at the top, the rocket actually pops in half instead of just the nose cone coming off, and the ejection charge has the wadding to keep it from coming out, right? So it would pop off your electronics protected by other rocket material. Rockets with electronics, you want to mount them in the nose cone. Yeah, Jim, that's what I was just saying. The flame-resistant wadding protects the engine from the ejection charge. The flame-resistant wadding protects the electronics from the ejection charge. The electronics will be fine if you put them in the nose cone or up in the front of the rocket. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. A engines are the size of C batteries. No, they are a lot less than that. Wait, 1.5 stacked. Could have swore I should have a rocket up here. Let me go run. I have a rocket. Let me go run and grab a rocket right quick. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to time warp it. And I'm going to add that broadband. What is this? Common properties. What is that? An hour? That's not very much. Let's just give it some time. I'll go grab one of my model rockets and bring it in and show you how big it is. I think all the engines are down in the garage. There. That looks like a good rate of time warp. I'll be right back. Did I crash yet? I also grabbed some Kit Kats. So thanks for the excuse to get up. Where's Kerbal? Yeah, I set that to the sphere of influence change from the moon, which is lame. Fix this for me. Read up on your chat, you misled some? I misled some. What does that mean, I misled some? Let me know what that means. Doesn't sound good. It actually sounds pretty bad. 4 hours. That's a pretty good rate. What's up, Drewbox? How's it going? Long time no see indeed. Are the thrust and the burn time? Yeah. So I think y'all might like this. I will read up in the chat in a second, but let me do this. I'm going full screen. This is one of my rockets. It actually has my name on it. It's not looking too good right now. It's got a little bit of a problem. As it turns out, if your shock cord melts in half because you didn't put enough wadding in, this is what your rocket ends up looking like. But this is the A38 engine right here, if I can get it out. It did hit pretty hard. I may not be able to get it out. I'll probably need a pair of pliers. Can you see the engine there? Oh, it's green screening it. There you go. See the engine and compare to a penny. Right? Wow, how is the penny phasing out? I don't even understand what's going on there. So the engine itself is about, it's a little bit less than the diameter of a penny. Jeez, it's not liking that green screen at all. Anyways, I crash rockets everywhere. That's actually my rocket that I take around to the kids, and I always show them, and I'm like, if you don't pay attention, if you don't follow directions, your rocket's going to end up like this. That's what I tell them. There we go. So the A38 engine would be about the diameter of a penny, so I don't know how big the electronics that you're looking at are. But that may be something to consider. And I need to read the chat. Make 2 Dr. Pepper rockets crash into each other. Missed some. I missed some. Okay. I'll have a look. See how this is going to work. What's my parry? 30? That's fine. 30's fine. Wow, got something in my eye. Rocket exhaust or something. They smell so good. They still smell good. I love to smell like the burnt sulfur in them. Does that make me weird? I think I could definitely develop a way to pop the chute, but I would like to get a small gyro accelerometer and a small servo in there that log temp and maybe altitude to start, and then move on to a bigger rocket and automatic control surfaces. I think it would be cool. Thanks, DOS. Wear a green shirt tomorrow. Just be a floating head. That would be pretty cool. Where am I at? There I am. Nice, dude. Did I miss a couple people? No, Drummy McSwaggin. I love names that make me laugh. Drummy McSwaggin, thanks for the follow, yo. Holy shnikes, we're up to 120 followers today, which is ridiculous. Damn, wear a green shirt. You could definitely do that, Foxhound Ghost. Remember that each engine can only carry such and such payload, right? So you're gonna have to, as long as you're not flying planes. You're right. Sacred Blades, thank you for that follow. I'm Das Valdez. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Whoa! Look at that! We're actually coming in right at the KSC! We're coming in right at the freaking KSC! No way! How cool is that? We need to burn radial in and decrease our periapse to get more atmospheric bite. Look at that! Didn't plan that. Yes, my entire stream is actually scripted. I know. Sorry. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. That's probably good right there. Well, I probably want to take it down to 20 since KSC's right there and I can fly the rest of the way, right? 21, 20, 20. Lol's main. Is that like low main but funnier? Thanks for the follow, Lol's main. I love people's names on Twitch. It's hilarious. What did I miss? DOS, up. DOS, here's some ST's model rocket engines for size sake. Thank you, Hadron. Can we send things to a Steam account for the giveaway? Sure, Crossover. I could definitely do that. I could definitely take things. Oh, there you go. Composite model rocket motor. Yeah, and is that... The A is the smallest one over there. Is that a double A? No, that's an A right there. The little tiny one is the A that fits in this size rocket, right? So imagine how big those other ones are. Shinkle 719. Let's see who's watching but not followed who has the funniest name. I kind of like Lol's main so far. Where am I at? Oh, here we are. I am right at the freaking. I'm right at the freaking KSC. Gav, thank you again for hanging out. Seems very interesting even though I have no idea what any series is saying. River Crow, check it out. There's totally a demo for the game. Oops, that's not going to work. There's totally a demo for the game. If you want, it's a free demo. It's kind of an old version, right? So give it a little bit of a slack. It needs a little bit of work on the demo, but the game is like Legos in space with explosions, which is totally cool. You can download the free demo, play it. They rate them by thrust. They do. Model rockets are cool. I used to do them a lot 20 years ago. Not very popular in the UK though. What are they? Too dangerous? Sacred Blades, Das Valdez, try making an X-Wing. Sacred Blades, I hate to tell you. Just a second. Time out. I gotta go over to my channel. I gotta go here. I gotta go over here. And I gotta search for don't. I gotta do that. Copy link address. Sacred Blades! Your men are already dead. Have a look at that if you want an X-Wing. If you want to download said X-Wing, go there. There's an X-Wing there you can download and play in your own KSP. Good idea, though. You're just too late. Inflatable heat shield mod. Tom Rubber Duck, thank you. You must have been watching me the other day on my mod stream. Investigating inflatables. Sweet. Hey, that looks a lot like the lifter we made the other day too. I will totally have a look at that. That looks really cool. I have a plane to fly right now though. That's a problem. Well then. I have never tried to make my own solid rocket motor, no. Intake air deprived, flame out, air breathing, good. Okay. So I'm in the right mode at least. And I am trying to fly it across the surface of Kerbal here. Because I don't want to have to use too much Delta V to do this. Deadly Reentry also has an inflatable heat shield. Yeah, but then you have to install Deadly Reentry. Yeah, Thader, you're right. The biggest thing with the turn fuel back on. Did I turn it off? No, I just burned all the fuel out of there because these things were burning out of the middle first, and they basically just have fuel in these tanks here. I could always pump it, I guess. I've got long enough to glide. I can pump. Thanks, DOS. I wouldn't know there was a demo, lol. Autocorrect for the win, yo. Why am I putting it in that tank, y'all? Descent. Didn't. Descent, not rodent. Like that was better. Alright, got it. Switch engines. Liquid fuel activate. And we are still pretty high. I think I'm going to be able to glide for quite a ways, but there is the KSC. She's gliding okay right now, but she's still got tons and tons of velocity. My X-Wing did pretty well, it did. It's a Kerbal rat program. It's a Kerbal, it's actually Kerbal rat problem. That's what they're going to have in those new, the new buildings they linked, Yarg. They're going to have the Kerbal rat problem. There's actually going to be a strategy that is rat eradication, and you have to kill the rats who keep chewing on the power cables, since they don't have Minox. Where did I have it? Yeah, here we go. Here was that link that Squad put out, guys. Kerbal rat program in the new VAB buildings. Good times, good times. Ooh, I feel like I'm pulling up. We work just fine without the Dre.dll Justin for all the part. Two ways, burn or burn and maybe land. What now? If you make me spit hot tea on my keyboard, you're buying me another one, Yargnet. And I don't even care how many DPI it has. Whoa, buddy. Alright, here we go with this nonsense again. We're going to need this fuel to be up here, I think. Let's see if we can't modify this craft. Oh, shucks. Remember, we put those control surfaces on there, but we didn't re-up the freaking dry balance, did we? Ooh, problem, Dosh. Problem. They named episode 7. I don't even know what that means. What movie has 7 episodes? DOS per inch, yes. It doesn't have very many DOS per inch. Alright, now I feel like I'm more balanced. And I am going to need to fly. So let's go ahead and open that up. Start spooling it up at least. And let's see how we fly. We're going to get down in the soup and we're going to see if the drag totally detonates us. Gear check. We didn't lose anything taking off, did we? No, we did not. Look. It's magical gear coming through. There's actually cloaking surfaces. Star Wars. There are only 3 episodes of Star Wars. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember that movie called The Matrix that they only made 1 of? That was pretty good too. We don't get the Family Guy exterminator. How far out can you go? Yeah, it's limited to the solar system that you are in. Believe me, I have played for a year and a half and I have not run out of stuff to do in this game. I've played for an entire year and a half and I have not run out of stuff to do. You have plenty of places to go already. Look how well the plane flies now, guys. Where they didn't mess things up. What do you mean where they didn't mess things up? Is there a reality where they did? No one even knows what that means. I really need my beacons. The Christmas special. I'll allow it. I'll allow the Christmas special. Look at this, guys. It actually flies really well now. Y'all want me to upload this? Let me know if you would like me to upload this before I go to making the cargo version. Because I will be happy to upload this for y'all. That's not very lined up in my neck of the woods. It's only 3 Star Wars and 1 Matrix. Keep up with yourself. No, Rabata was saying the Christmas special. I was saying Rabata, I'll allow it. The Christmas special. Right? That's what I was talking about, the Christmas special. Blue Harvest. Gear check. We're gonna need those. This thing flies really well. Look at how stable it is at 100 meters per second. Remember how it was flipping all crazy last time? It's actually flying very, very well this time. We've got good runway lineup. Not really. I really like having the probes. I really do like having the probes. Let's go on down a little bit. We're still a little bit high. Because we're not going to have a whole lot of runway, right? Since, you know, half of it's exploded and or a launch ramp. All those things. Get rid of them. Look at it fly at 90. Nope. A little bit of a bounce. Hey, hey, hey. Look at those gear. What just happened? What is going on over there? Why did that building just explode? Squad! Something exploded. I don't even know what it was. Something exploded as I was landing off my craft and a building over there exploded. What building was that? That little thing right in front of that? What just happened? What the deuce? Oh my gosh. I have no clue. I have no clue what just happened. It was the rats. The rats ate into the buildings. Michael Bay just directed your KSV. Revisionism. Check events. You know what we got. You know what we got. We got a collusion into something. Time. 158. F3. We can't even scroll down far enough. We've got so much damage from the engine exhaust. Maybe we should fix that at some point. It's apparently not a big deal. I don't even know. I can't see what happened. Something right next to my craft exploded. But I don't see anything missing. The intakes are there. The gear are there. The RTGs are both there. Does anyone see anything that could have possibly been the cause of that explosion? Because that was hilarious. I have no clue. Dude, Pone Zone! Shinkle719. The Cluciber. The Clubus. The Clubus. The Clubuser? The Clubicer? The Clubuser? The game is secretly made by Michael Bay. I wonder. I wonder. Let's see here. See if I can turn off the runway here. Hey, turn. Seems legit. New DOS is not very good. Let's go put it in the collection over here. Let me go put it in the collection with the others. I'll put it by the Mighty Duck. Guys, if you want to download that Mighty Duck, you are more than welcome to download it. That's this cool looking space plane over here. That is also on the craft link. Also on the craft link. Love Kerbal X. Guy that made Kerbal X is so cool. He sent me an email. And I thought it was like a spam email. I was like, dude, do you just spam this out to everybody? That was like my response, right? Like, oh, is this like a spam thing, or did you like type this out just for me? And he's like, no, since you account for over 50% of the traffic on my site, I wanted to send you a quick email and tell you thank you and ask you if you needed anything. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. That's cool. This is a problem. I couldn't turn fast enough. Did I just hop? What about the door craft? What do you mean, what about the door craft? I can't back up. I don't have thrust redirectors or anything. That's lame. Maybe we'll just leave that one there for now. It really doesn't look as cool as the Mighty Duck does. There you go. Cluttering up the KSC and we're automatically cleaned. The funny thing is there's Kerbal sitting in all these things, and they've been in here for how long? Oh, look, there's our little crew transfer shuttle. That's cool. Lands with chutes. Landed right here on the runway with chutes. This is the old, this is the old Ugly Duckling. Let me do it like that. The Ugly Duckling. You don't want to download that. We made that in a Kerbal Space Academy session before 0.25 was released. And then we made this one here, the Mighty Duck, after 0.25 was released. Same exact mission profile. Look at the difference between 0.24 and 0.25. These are those new parts we got. They're so freaking awesome. They're absolutely awesome. But if you want to download the Mighty Duck right there like that, it's a great space plane. A lot of fun to fly. Got a cargo bay. Can I open it from there? No, I can't. I'd have to switch to it. Creeper Crew Gaming and Grim77 Reaper 27. Thanks for the follows, y'all. I appreciate it. Look, I mean, look at the difference in these two planes. Exact same mission parameters, right? Carry 8 Kerbals plus 2 pilots, or carry 8 Kerbals basically, not 2 pilots, up to a space station that's at 120, 150K. These are the new parts. These are the old parts. We still have those parts. It's just that's how you used to do it. 2 hitchhikers, span these intakes, put, there's some RCS in there. Look at the hitchhiker windows and stuff. And these are the new parts we got. They're so freaking amazing. Got a cargo bay as well. Look, we could totally do the cargo bay. Don't have anything in it right now except for disco party mode lights. That's all we have. Purple disco party mode lights. Got the docking bay right here. I mean, I really do like the new parts. Really cool though, really cool. Used to not have any of that stuff. Did y'all say if you wanted me to upload the craft? I am beginning to spin down the stream. I'm beginning to spin down the stream. It does. It looks like an SR-71 Blackburn. Rave mode. Let me see if I missed anything highlighted here. Hey, Crossover, I did see your question earlier. I hope you heard my answer. You are more than welcome. Send me a Twitch message and we'll work it out. But I really do appreciate that. That's absolutely amazing of you. You have an old unspent A83. Dude, Hadron, that's what I've got. What did Mercenary ask? What are must-have mods for KSP behind an engineer and alarm clock? Mercenary Blue, scroll down my channel if you're still here. I've got all the must-have mods that I say down here. Yo, I've never tried editor extensions. A lot of people tell me. Thader, thank you so much. Got your message on the project and replied. Thank you, Thader. You really were hanging out. I hope you had some fun. Sometimes when we're schooling down like this, you need to crew transfer vehicle. Yes. Direct orbital rendezvous craft. You called it a crew transfer vehicle. What did I mean? It is a crew transfer vehicle, isn't it? That's capable of direct orbital rendezvous. I missed something. Let me know, though. Let me know. Hadron. There's the rocket motors. We saw that. There is that. Oh, you asked me twice. I apologize. Use hot glue. Put a blob in the nozzle and wait for it to cool. Then bend the wires over and put 2 small blobs. That's probably after you put the igniter in there, as opposed to before. That's cool. That's not a bad idea. What are they? Too dangerous? Tiny engine is a half A. I gotcha. The next one is a C. The AC engine is the same size. The next one's an E. The last one is an F. You're supposed to get FAA clearance to launch them. That's awesome. I want that. And there's the inflatable heat shield. Making your own solid rocket motor. I haven't, Drewbox. Don't want to get bombed or anything, you know. I rodent. No, there was a demo. Descent. Renamed episode 7. Don't know what you're talking about. Did I miss anything else? Here's a bunch of Michael Bay discussion or something. I'm just going to skip over that, thank you. Plot twist. I still wish I knew what exploded over there. What about the door? Oh, the direct orbital rendezvous. Oh, the direct orbital rendezvous. That's why you said DOR. I gotcha. Johnny Lowe. Yes, direct orbital rendezvous. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, Lord Techi? How's it going? We're kind of spooling down the stream here. S71 Blackbirds, not always. Did I miss anything? Need to go to Orlando? Cool. Yep, there we go. 8 Gs from braking while landing cross-country in your spaceplane. Use the word DOS or question. Yeah, Robota. Wait, what did Duck ask? Tom Rudder Duck, how do you get your message highlighted? Oh, there you go. You don't need me to see it. You said you'd upload the craft. I don't see it on Kerbal X. Witchcraft. Witchcraft. Das, what fell off, or what was the puff of smoke 5 seconds before the explosion? I don't know. Spacebar to launch. I don't know. Of D&D, nice. I don't know. I didn't upload this craft. I didn't upload the direct orbital rendezvous craft. I'm gonna have to get caught up on that tomorrow. Is it in the boot camp save? Should I upload this right now? Let's upload that thing. It looks like one of those balloons that you get at parties. Alright, the door craft. You want me to upload the door craft is what you're saying. Upload the door craft. I gotcha. Let's see here. I don't need to revert the flight. I'm just going to go Space Center. Got so much junk on the runway here now. What can you do, though? I mean, I don't know. I've been kind of taking it easy on my voice this evening, so I'm doing okay. Thank y'all for all being so concerned about me. Alright, who can we raid? We've got to get out of here before Shimmy raids us or something. Oh, because if Shimmy raids us, then we have to raid for another hour. Wait, we have to stream for another hour, which is terrible. Just terrible. A bugged part likely caused the explosion. Do I need to drink? I've been sipping a lot, Crossover. Thank you for reminding me. A bugged part. That's hilarious. That's hilarious that there's just a bugged part that makes a building randomly explode. Raid Scarlet. Yeah, Dakota, we do need to raid Scarlet. Is he playing right now? Playing Banished. I don't know what game that is. Do I recognize anybody else? Lanyard looks like he's AFK. He's on a break. Old Fart. Who else? Shimmy. We should give Shimmy some love. Earthworm Slim is playing a Robocraft. I wonder if he needs me tonight. Don't want to raid him every night, you know. Monev's playing Star Citizen. Valor's playing Borderlands. Kelly's playing Call of Duty. Let's raid Winter Gaming. Finishes an RTS where you have to survive against the elephants. Really? There was probably a part that was attached somewhere well off of the craft. What? That's wacky. That's totally wacky. An explosion caused the explosion. I take it that they have that bug well logged, right, Yarg? Why am I in the VAB? What the heck am I doing in the VAB?